What's up, everybody? This is Mike, ToxicNetwork.net, here at the Great Allentown Comic Con. I almost said American Comic Con. I was like, holy shit. He's on point.
Gotta be on point. On 2 hours of sleep.
2 hours, holy shit. That's right, we're here with professional wrestler, actor, philanthropist, comic book and animated hero, Brimstone. Holy shit, dude, when do you sleep?
I don't. That's the problem. I have way too many titles and no time to do every single thing. It's very difficult, so I have to kind of like let things go here and there. Otherwise, I can't even remember my name half the time. So you get me on 2 hours of sleep. Last night was my daughter's Sweet 16. So I had to, Great Allentown Comic Con calls, I come running. It's one of my favorite spots, on my tour every year. So when Chris Wirtz, which is the promoter here, he says, Brim, can you make it? I clear the schedule, I make sure to come down. So
that's badass. That's commitment right there. Do you do
sleep? 2 hours.
2 hours. Do you drink energy drinks?
Actually, I have an energy shot, Brimstone energy shot coming out soon. So yes, I do energy shots.
Jesus, man.
And Monster, as of right now, Monster endorses me, so I do have Monster Energy. I don't have any left today because I just got back from tour and I kind of drank a little too much. However, the Brimstone energy shots are going to be coming out through Abduction Energy Shots, and we're going to be doing that soon. So that'll keep old Brim awake while we're doing these things.
Holy shit, I am impressed. Now, I was reading up on your bio before we came over here. It said that you were into wrestling for 14 years as a pro wrestler?
Longer.
Longer than 14 years?
We're talking about 17 years I've been in the business. Yeah.
Was it just independence, or did you make it up to any of the big few, which is WWE, before it was WCW, TNA?
Well, I did WWE when it was still WWF. I was on WWF Superstars. I didn't sign with him long term. Then I went to TNA in 2007, and I opted not to sign over there for personal reasons. And I've done a lot. I've done a lot of overseas. You know what I mean? I've done. I was heavyweight champ for Triple W on Telemundo. You name it. I mean, I've done a ton of different NWA. I mean, to remember all the acronyms and so forth is a little difficult, but I've been there, done that. So yeah, just about 17 years. It's a lot.
I got to be honest. I did it out of the Monster Factory in Jersey. I went there for 4 years under.
Worker, you didn't tell me you were a worker. Get out of here.
I thought, you've been in it for over 14 years. You might put me through a table.
Listen. You respect the people that came before. You respect the people that came after. That's the only way to really, do the right thing in this business. Some people aren't like that. I am. I have respect.
And it is it's a tough business. I did it for 4 years. I'll never regret it, but it is tough. After 4 years, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm hanging it up. This man, I'm sure he's got the injuries to prove it. Went through it for a long time.
I've been lucky. Yeah, I have a couple of chip things here and there, a little lump on the head. That's about it. I've been blessed with not being completely creamed, so that's a big positive. But my knees, over time, my knees are a little shot, so I humble around like this and start looking like cheeky. It would be bad. So yeah.
So what kind of got you out of the wrestling business?
One, politics, but two, no, I'm just kidding. Basically, when you've been in the business for a long time, you want to be able to continue that brand and that branding experience. If you don't, there is no future after wrestling. So you have to continuously brand yourself and get out there and build your name. Self-promotion, whatever you want to call it. So, I said, forget about me. The Brimstone character is pretty damn cool. So I said, let's see what we can do about taking that character and making it into a bigger brand. So what's cooler than comic books? I always used to love comic books as a child, and I wanted to be a comic book artist when I was younger. And I said, let's take it and move it into a comic book series called Brimstone and the Borderhounds. So we took the wrestling persona, because I come from a land of gimmicks, as you know, when there used to be gimmicks. Okay, so we took the gimmick, took the wrestling out of it, and made it a comic book. And since then, I mean, that happened We launched officially October 31st on 2010 in Borders Books. Borders Books closed down, or was closing down. We pulled from Borders. Then we went nationally and internationally with Barnes & Noble, B. Dalton, Amazon, and so forth, barnesandnoble.com, in stores, out of stores. And that was January 11, 2011, and we've been absolutely amazing since. We wound up turning the comic, which was, we were just going to do small independent comic and do it and run, and that was it. Well, it kind of happened by accident. We turned into Hound Comics, which is now a full corporation. We've been incorporated since 2011. We've grown tremendously. Now, aside from our Brimstone and the Borderhounds series, which is the flagship brand, we have over 40 different comic books, kids books, novels and so forth, all with the company. So we've grown tremendously, all creator-owned as well. So we're really, really trying to push the envelope and push the bar. It's kind of like Image was before Image went.
I totally hear you. So the Brimstone character is basically what the character was in wrestling, just brought over to a comic book, which we've seen a lot of Undertaker and people like that in the mainstream have done the same thing with their characters in the comic books.
But there's still wrestlers in those books.
Yes, that is, yeah.
That's the difference.
I wanted to get into
not a wrestling comic book. I love Taker. I love all those guys. Right. This is not a wrestling comic book. No. Basically, Brimstone and his crew, Borderhounds, are Hell's version of the Border Patrol. They're not meant to keep people out. They're meant to keep people in. There's a totally huge storyline and overview of the entire series. I don't want to kill your clock. I'm already doing that. I can talk forever.
No. Keep going. We're loving it.
You want to know a little bit more about the book?
Yes.
Okay. I'll tell you a little bit. Okay. Well, anywhere in the universe, known and unknown, where you could be born into, you're actually being bred for the afterlife. Now, the afterlife, as we know it, heaven, hell, nirvana, Valhalla, and so forth, we believe, heaven's the best place to go when you die, hell's the worst place, nirvana's bliss. Well, the truth of the matter is, it's all a load of crap. We've actually bought into their folklore. The truth is, they're all competing corporations that are vying for the hottest commodity, which is the soul. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you were good here on earth, guess what? It doesn't mean you're going to heaven. And it doesn't matter if you were bad here on earth, yeah, you might be going to hell. You know what I mean? And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, heaven's not necessarily a good thing. All right, it really depends on the position you get once you get there, kind of like real life. All right, so, hey, you might want to be, a CEO of a company. Well, a CEO of hell is a pretty damn good position, you would think, right? Okay, well, on the flip side, being a porter, which is not a bad thing for any porters out there, but being a porter might not be necessarily your top choice pick, okay? And if that's the case, being a porter in heaven is not necessarily a good thing. You know what I mean? So it really depends on the position you get there and the ladder that you get there. So that's kind of like an overview.
You've definitely piqued my interest. I've got to be honest, I've never read a Brimstone comic, but I'm telling you now, I want to read one. I want to read one right now. No, you sparked my interest 100%. I wanted to ask another question. Now, the Brimstone character is based on, obviously, you.
Much better looking.
Much better. No.
They look a little bit, my over years.
Ladies out there, are you married, man? Married. Ladies, he's taken. Sorry.
He's too kind.
So, but I wanted to say, how much of a hand do you have in the comic book? Do you help out with it? Do you have an oversee on everything, or is it somebody else just building off your character and then let you basically have the say so yes or no on it?
I oversee everything. I oversee everything in Hound, which is tough. But the Borderhound brand is like my baby. I have a say in everything. The first 4 issues was done by one of my partners, Marcello Carnevale, who's the VP, also one of my very close friends. He was also in pro wrestling. He was Lord Clarence McDougal. So he was.
That is a great name.
He is. So he's a character in there as well. A lot of the characters, that are in the book are either old school workers, old school wrestlers. You know what I mean? Or people that we know that we kind of took and flipped into a character because they're larger than life. So and wrestling is larger than life. All the characters are larger than life. So anyway, I had a lot of say within, how I wanted things to work. And then Marcello kind of put everything in order and put it to where it needed to be. Sajjad Shah, who's the lead artist on it up until this point, is my other VP. After 8 books, now he's on to, and special editions, he's on to his own superhero series underneath the Hound brand. And now we have Jeffrey Gwynn, who is the new artist on there, which is unbelievable. I'm going to show you guys the cover of this next issue. You're going to crap. It's fantastic. Oh, yeah.
These amazing.
Unbelievable. And then I have Jake Eisenberg. You read G.I. Joe or Transformers?
No.
Okay, well, you should, because G.I. Joe is I'm telling you. Anyway, so Jake Eisenberg is on Inks. He's the guy who does the stuff for was it Hasbro, whatever the G.I. Joe and the Transformers and so forth. Anyway,
like
the
that.
team is just insane. But anyway, Sajad has and now Gwyn has full creative freedom of how the world should look. A lot of guys don't get that. We try to everybody. It's a team. It's a team effort. So I will give you now. I'll write a bunch of the books. I wrote the Luscious book. I wrote issue 6. I wrote the new issue 9 that's coming out. But again, I have an overview of a lot of the different things.
You are a jack of all trades. Holy shit.
Doesn't mean I'm good at anything. but I certainly work hard, so we are, it is a team effort. Yes, I do have a good part in it. I could talk forever. And since I'm a little loopy right now.
No, I'm loving it. I love the loopy talk. If anything Toxic Network Radio is about, loopy talk. Loopy talk. And usually talk after a couple of shots of Jack. You know what I mean?
Well, you like Jack Daniels.
Oh, yes.
So have you had Jack Honey yet?
The Jack Honey I have, yes.
Jack Daniels made a drink for me called the Brimstone Red. It's made with Jack Honey. Unbelievable. You can go right on my website, entrancetohell.com, and you can actually download the or pick up and write down or whatever. Give it to your local bar if they don't have it already. It's unbelievable. It's like candy crack.
I want some candy crack right now. I'm just saying. And I feel like I can bring up any brand, and for some reason, you're going to have a part in it. Holy shit.
Well, I'm also, you guys know Stan Lee? Yes. Okay. I'm also a celebrity spokesperson for the Stan Lee Foundation. So if you want to support Stan, and the Stan Lee Foundation, Literacy for Children, stanleyfoundation.org. You check that out.
Stan Lee, we'll put links underneath the video for everybody out there.
A little bit of everything going on.
A little bit of everything. 2 more questions I have for you.
That's it?
One.
I'm taking too much time.
One, what is the future of the Brimstone comic book series have in store for everybody?
See, if I told you that, nobody would buy the book.
Exactly. And the final question is, would be awesome, because for some reason I feel like this is a big possibility, if Brimstone got made into a movie, with all the comic book movies that are being made out there today in Hollywood, who would you want to play Brimstone?
You know what? I had a couple of different things, and people passed that by me, but the best person to play the character from the comic, and of course everybody's going to go, you should play it. Then I'd have to go shred myself up, which ain't happening right now. I'm edging on 40. But the guy who plays Eric Northman on True Blood. What's his name again?
Oh, wow, that is a great choice.
If you saw, they have shots of him with like the long hair and everything, and he looks like he's right out of the comic. So he would actually be he's a great actor, and he's great. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't know why. What was it? Yes, Alexander Skarsgård. Yeah, he'd be awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Good job with the camera woman, Des, with the assist.
He would definitely be a first pick, and I think he'd be fantastic. And he's already done the evil badass character and the kind of nonchalant, I don't give a damn type thing. So, the Brimstone character would definitely work for him. The funnier thing would be who would play the Luscious character. That we'd have to figure out. Now, Luscious, you haven't met Luscious. Well, you might have. He's the one, the big Spanish guy that wears a big purple boa. Okay, there you go. Okay.
There he is.
Luscious is the comedy relief in a very dark, humored, type of situation. So, yeah, you definitely. When I tell you, if the Luscious book, I wrote the Luscious book, it's hilarious and a half. I mean, it's just even if I couldn't write worth a lick, the character's so much fun. You have fun with the title. So
that is amazing.
So anything you guys want to check out on me, I mean, we have our full, we do food reviews across the country as well, called Food Hound Tidbits. You can go to foodhoundtidbits.com. If you like food, like old Brim, we have a full line of sauces and seasonings. The sauces and seasonings, we have 11 different sauces and seasonings and salsa. We also have Bumblefoot from Guns N' Roses line. I only have a limited amount today because we're kind of towards the end of tour and I haven't had new stuff come in. We have our new jerky, the Brimstone Sweet Heat Treat jerky coming out. That's with, it's based on the Sweet Heat Treat sauce, and it's with the Jerky Connection. If you're an RPG lover, we have our RPG, the Brimstone of the Borderhounds RPG tabletops coming out. That's with Troll Lord Games under the Castles and Crusades brand. Unbelievable. We deal with Butterwings cookies. We don't have any here today. We'll have next week again in Austin. You can actually eat me.
Huh?
Brimstone cookies, luscious cookies. So we do those at certain events. We'll do a special giveaway. You come up and you do something that we put out there, and you get a free cookie. So
That is all. Everybody likes free cookies.
and they're freaking amazing.
If you don't like free cookies, you're not a friend of mine. Or Brimstones.
I got to tell you, these things are fan-freaking-tastic. And I've got so many other things going on. I don't want to bore you, but and you like The Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
Okay, well, you could see us on The Big Bang Theory on this season 7, I think. What are they? Season 7. Yes, season 7. It says so on my action card. What is the trading card? Stone trading card. No. We have. That's awesome, by the way. You got to collect them all, like Pokemon.
Oh, that's what they were talking. I heard them talk about that earlier.
If you watch season 7 in Kuthrapalli's apartment, right on the back of his door is the Brimstone and the Borderhounds backpack. You can see it right here. This is right on the back of Kuthrapalli's door. You can also get it at Walmart.com within the next week or so. So you'll be able to get that. And the sauces seasonings are in Kuthrapalli's apartment. And I believe that the comic book shop is going to have our comics and posters of the comics up next time they start showing the comic shop. So
Holy shit, dude.
we're everywhere. If you don't know, now you know.